We go to Eswatini now, and really worrying reports about violence, which is affecting at least 80 schools, we understand, in the kingdom. You will remember the government crackdown in June on pro-democracy protests. At least 20 people believed to have died then. Well, for the past few weeks, school children in Eswatini have been sounding the call for democratic reforms. But now the army and the police have been deployed to high schools and also to primary schools, and there have been very violent results. I'm joined now by Mbongwa Dlamini, President of the Swaziland National Association of Teachers. Mr. Dlamini, thank you so much for joining us. Could you give me an update on exactly how widespread these protests are and how severely it's affecting schooling in Eswatini?
Thank you very much, Rem. And thanks for having me, and good evening to the viewers. Here in Swaziland, we're having a very serious crisis. Swaziland has been complaining about democracy. We have been having challenges about the way the country is being governed in such a way that the situation is even worse for every citizen, which includes the kids and everyone in the country. So the situation has forced even students to join in protesting for democracy. So what we have been observing at the moment is that these children have been rioting in a number of schools. Now I think the numbers are even beyond 100 schools in the country that are rioting. But what we have been seeing, instead of the government responding to their grievances, the government decides to unleash soldiers and police officers to respond by violence to the students, in such a way that a number of students and citizens have been shot by the army.
It's really worrying. I mean, we're looking at some of the images now, and there's one very upsetting image of a school tie, it seems, that's been used as a tourniquet on a pupil's leg after they were shot in the foot. And there's another image, I'm not sure if we are going to play it, but it's of a schoolgirl being carried to a car, and I understand she's ended up in hospital. Talk to me a little bit more about these children who were injured, if you're able to tell us how they're doing, and why are these children getting shot? Is it live ammunition? I mean, what are the circumstances? What level of force are the police and army using on children?
In fact, the army, my sister here, is using excessive force to the students. In fact, we were not expecting the army to be in the schools because our children are not violent. They are just exercising their right. And instead of government deciding to address their problems, they want to punish these students for protesting. In the country, it has since become a crime to protest. So I think protesting is everyone's right. But the government decides to unleash forces which at times when they get to schools, instead of trying to resolve the issue peacefully, as the students do not have any weapons, but just their voices. But the army decides to shoot with, at times they use live ammunitions on the students. And you may at times find that these people who are the students have been instructed by the government to go and protect the students. When in actual fact, when they get to the students, they don't protect them, but they attack them. So the situation is very bad. But what I can also confirm is that those who are shot at the moment are being hospitalized. And what is most unfortunate in the country is that even these hospitals that our children are being referred to, they do not have any medication. So they are exposed to any sort of suffering because the government doesn't even supply any form of education. Yeah.
This is very worrying. I want to ask, what is the Swaziland National Association of Teachers position? Are you joining the students in the protest? And it must be very difficult to see your students getting caught up in these protests and the harsh clampdown that you're describing. First of all, I want a response to that, but also the Eswatini National Police Commissioner says children are being manipulated to be part of these protests, and that they're responding only when the protests turn violent and when students start to destroy school property. So just tell us a little bit more of your response to those issues.
Okay, as the SNAT, my sister, we value our kids. We don't want our kids to be exposed to such violence. The first thing that we did when the minister announced that every child should attend to school starting from this past Monday, we were worried because as the SNAT were never consulted by the ministry, and we thought the situation is not conducive for learners to get to class because students have been protesting while they were using the rotational method of attending school, in such a way that smaller groups were attending school. But then now protests were being evident during that time. So we decided that as a ministry or as the Minister of Education, it is supposed to look into the grievances by these learners before they allow larger numbers to attend to school. But the minister insisted that she wants every child to attend school on Monday. And we even told them that the situation is going to be worse. So they said that they do not have to consult us. Instead of consulting us, they started saying things like teachers are being involved in inciting students.
So they're accusing you of being involved.
Yes. We have been accused of inciting students. One should also note that in some of the grievances by these learners also include grievances against teachers. So one should worry as to how can you incite learners and tell them to protest, and in their demands they also complain about teachers. So, and also what is asked as the SNAT is that the minister. Yes, the Ministry of Education said that they are going to investigate. They are still going to investigate. But at the same time, they've already labeled teachers as people who incite the children.
Oh, that's very worrying indeed.
One has to worry as to...
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of prejudging going along, and very worrying indeed when we see these images of children dressed in their school uniforms sustaining such serious injuries. And thank you very much for bringing us up to speed on what is happening. Mbongwa Dlamini, president of the Swaziland National Association of Teachers, saying their protests now at over 100 schools, and the army is clamping down on school children. Very worrying indeed from Eswatini.